Welcome back to another episode of The Daily Beard. Today with less beard. Let's talk today about the 3-hour rule. And the first thing to know, anytime you hear the word rule come out of my mouth, realize that it's definitely not a rule. It is an idea, a suggestion, an exploration in a direction. 3-hour rule for myself is for every 3 hours of close-up time, I try to get an hour of distance vision time. Furthermore, I try to not exceed 3 hours of close-up time. Not ever, ideally. Now, the reason for that, for me personally, and it applies to a lot of people in general, not everybody, because biology is biology, and who knows, right? So many complicating factors. But generally speaking, if I spend more than 3 hours at one go in front of a screen, I get a ciliary spasm that doesn't go away all day. Pretty much, right? More or less. Doesn't do well anyway. The way to check for ciliary spasm is in another one of our darling videos, maybe in the troubleshooting playlist, actually. Fairly easy to do. But basically, if you hang an eye chart on the wall and eye chart is blurrier than it was before you started working, ciliary spasm most likely, right? And you need enough of a break for the eye chart to be as clear again as it was before. But just as a very general reference, the whole video, find it in the YouTube channel. But basically, for me, it's 3 hours and then I need a break. Ideally an hour, right? That involves no screens, not phone checking, not anything, just no screens for an hour. Now, I realize it's impractical for a lot of people. I realize that that's possibly impossible for a lot of people. So I'm not saying that this is the way you have to absolutely do it, but this is a bit of an indication, direction, idea of where most likely you're going to be at a good starting point is if you try to get as close to an hour of distance vision, of not close-up screen time for every 3 hours of close-up time. If you go to 4 hours, 5 hours of close-up time, it's very likely you're going to be stuck with a ciliary spasm, and it's much more likely that you're going to have a hard time making improvements, right? Not the case for everybody. Lots of individual scenarios, but I think a great starting point. And figure that I've been at this for now getting closer to 20 years, and having dealt with a lot of people, the 3-hour thing is kind of a good starting point in general. That's it for this video. Tomorrow we're probably going to be back to a slightly better video format. Also, this was way too itchy. Also, I had to travel back to the city and I really don't like going through airports with beards, and also the locals look at me funny when I have a beard and I don't really enjoy the interactions as much. So as much as the beard is fun, it comes and goes, as everything does. That's it for this one. See you tomorrow in the next episode.
Meow, 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 meow.